Hi, so in this video we are going to learn how we can take a request payload, take a request input, JSON input into the API and use the variables, create new variables from the input and then transform those variables into some meaningful messages and turn back it as an output. So this is our very first Mule application which we had created earlier. This application was having an API which it is being listened as slash hello path and it was printing hello world as a output. So we will add few parameters here. So first of all what we will do is we are going to drag and drop a component named as set variable. We are considering that our input payload will have the name key available in it. So let us see the name key in the payload. So what we are doing right here is we are doing payload.name. It will be equal to maybe custom name. So this custom name is nothing but it is a variable which is going to store the value present in the name key in the input payload. Now we will transform this custom name as hello and the name of the requester. So what we will do here is we will add a transform component which is the transform message component. We will drag and drop it here and we will add this information here. Now understand this particular transform message component is the processing engine for the Dataweave language. Now Dataweave might sound a new word here because Dataweave is the transformation language for MuleSoft applications. So we are using Dataweave 2.0 here, 2.0 here, which is the second version of Dataweave, which is compatible with Mule 4 applications. So since we are using Mule 4, that is why we are using Dataweave 2.0 language. This what is Dataweave? Dataweave is a JSON based data query transformation language which is useful to create the Mule applications and transform or process the flows or the messages in between the API calls. So what we are going to do here is we are going to create a new key as it is a JSON. So we are creating a new key which is the content key and we are going to add hello world hello plus the custom name which what we have already created as in set variable. So custom name is our variable, that is why we are using vars here. So to access any variable we can use vars dot the variable name, but it is giving the error. Why it is giving the error? Because there might be because this plus operator is wrong. To concatenate two strings, one is the hello and second one is what is coming out from this custom name. So to concatenate these two strings we need to use the concatenate operator which is double plus here. Still it is giving error because there are possibilities when this vars dot custom name might be null or might be something which is not parseable through this plus plus operator. So to reduce this risk, what we are going to do is we are going to create another variable here which is named as custom name out, and we are going to store this information here, and if it is null then we are using default keyword. So if this information is null then blank string will be set to this custom name out, and we will store this custom name out here so that it will be converted as a greeting here. Now it is understandable by the format by the Dataweave. Now Dataweave can understand that whatever is coming into this variable, it needs to be prefixed by hello keyword and then it has to be on the key content, and this particular JSON will get stored into the output parameter which is payload. Understand this once more. So what we are doing here is At the listener, we are receiving a request at hello path. Maybe we can change this path to greetings. Now we are receiving a payload into this API call. Now this payload is being accessed by our set variable component, which is going to extract the name key from the payload and storing it into the variable custom names. So it will create a variable custom name on the fly and store payload.name into the custom name field, custom name variable. Now this custom name variable is being used here, and we are creating another variable custom name out, and if this variable is null, the custom name variable is null, then custom name out variable will have the blank string present in it. Now we are prefixing this blank string or this custom name out string with the hello keyword, and then storing it to the content key and this complete JSON into the payload. Now since it is a JSON, so we have to change this output format as JSON. We cannot keep it as Java, otherwise it will not be understandable by the requester of the message. Now we would like to print this payload, so into the logger we can use it as payload. So we can print the entire payload into the console or the logger file. Then we are sending this payload to as a response of the API. So let's clear this console and start this application and see how it will behave. Right click on the application, go to run as Mule application. It will take few seconds to start this application and load it into the Mule Enterprise Edition server, which is inbuilt in Anypoint Studio. Now to check this API, we need to use some kind of a REST client. In this tutorial, we are using the Postman, which I'll show you once it is up and running. You can use advanced REST client or any other REST client as per your choice. Okay, so the application is deployed. Now let us test this application. So what we are doing here is we have created a collection which is DWBI Technologies collection. You can create a new collection from new collection option in Postman. Then you can add as many APIs as you want into a collection. I have added my first Mule application API. Let us add a new API also so that I can show you what the output of this API is. So let me name this API as greetings API, greeting API, and add it to DWBI Technologies collection. Now let us put the URL here it as localhost:8081/greetings. Why we are putting this this URL is because our listener is listening at 8081 as per this configuration. Our listener is listening at localhost:8081 slash, then we are using the greetings as a path of this particular flow. So we are typing here as localhost:8081/greetings. Now in the body part, we are going to add a request parameter as JSON because we would like to store it there. So this particular request parameter should have the name key. As we are using the name, let us put the name as engineer. We may have as many keys as we want. Maybe there is one more key which is ID, and we are storing 10001 into the ID element. Now our API call is ready. As soon as we click on send, we will get the output as hello engineer. Hello engineer. Why so? Because what we have done is into the set variable we are extracting payload.name and adding it to the custom name. So this payload.name is engineer. So the custom name variable is equal to the engineer here in this statement. Then in the transform message, what we are doing is we are doing hello engineer because we are using custom name out here is, and we are putting this information onto a key which is content key. So this content key is available here into the output. So content key having is having hello engineer as an output, and we are sending this information through set payload component to the requester of the API. Now let us check whether this logs get printed into the console. So go to the console and you can see that this content hello engineer, which is the payload, the output payload is getting printed here as a as an info label, because the logger has the info label present in it. Now let us review what we have learned in this video. We have learned that how to get the input request, how you can use the variable, create a new variable and then store any information into those variables, then how you can transform these variables using the Dataweave 2.0. You do not need to worry about Dataweave language because there is a separate video about Dataweave. We will talk more about Dataweave language in that separate video. Then whatever we are doing is we are printing a logger into the console of the application, and then we are sending the payload to the as an output of the API. So once we call this API, we are getting this as an output.